Just when you thought everything had died down in Kardashian land and that maybe there were no more scandals left for them, now one of the biggest scandals in Kardashian history is coming out. We all think of Kourtney Kardashian as the good sister with a good girl image that's starting her family with her husband Travis Barker and kind of leaning out of the Kardashian spotlight. But honestly, new information is coming forward, and if it's true, then she could be the worst one of them all. Did Kourtney Kardashian cheat on her ex, Scott Disick, and have a baby with Justin Bieber and then pass it off as Scott's? Y'all want to get in here because this tea is hot. Justin Bieber is so big that most people typically know who he is, and the same goes for the Kardashian family. Even if they can't name a Bieber song or tell you what Kim K does, they know generally about them. And Justin actually has an interesting relationship with the Kar-Jenners. He's actually been around the family since he was about 14, and rumors have swirled about which one of the sisters he dated or slept with. Back in the end of 2015, Kourtney and Justin were spotted out together a lot, and it's rumored that they were dating. When Kourtney and Scott were having some marital problems, she started hanging out with the Biebs more than ever. Nobody ever came right out and said they were dating or an item or anything, but it was pretty clear that she was hanging out with him to get back at Scott, who was hanging out with a lot of models during that time. It turns out that during their whole fling, Scott wasn't happy about seeing all the pictures and reports about Kourtney being out with Justin. And Justin apparently knew it and decided to clown on Scott about it in plain sight. One day after reports broke out about Justin and Kourt hooking up, he posted this picture of the two with her legs sort of around him and some skin revealed. It's captioned "Lord Knows," and it implies that Scott knows. Scott's nickname is Lord. Because of the timing of Justin and Kourtney's relationship, people have done the math and feel like Justin could be the father of one of her kids. The tabloids even called it when she got pregnant.
Well, this week the tail is growing in the form of a Bieber baby inside of Kourtney's belly, or so they say. Life and Style magazine is responsible for the rumor, saying, Kourtney's already admitted to friends that she and Justin have been intimate and she hasn't been with Scott Disick in a long time. So the math is pretty clear. It would have to be a Bieber baby.
Kourtney makes it seem as though she's only had children with her ex-husband Scott and her new hubby Travis, but this might change things a bit. Which one of her kids has the questionable paternity? Her son, Rain. Rain was born during a very tumultuous time in Scott and Kourtney's relationship. They finally ended things a year later. Given her seeming distaste for Scott at the time, the relationship with Justin, and the obvious resemblance of Rain to Justin, people are pretty sure that Rain is a Bieber baby. There is an uncanny resemblance. When you add all of this up, it's no wonder Hailey Bieber is jealous of Kourtney, but more on that later. Rain's birthday is December 14th, 2014. That means he was conceived in March of 2014. This is a huge part of their relationship, that they were having issues. It's when Scott was going on his bender still. There were reports of him going out with models, like not doing what he was supposed to be doing. And check out this interview with Ellen.
Does Justin Bieber help with the kids at all, or?
No. Only
That's the rumor. I know y'all are just friends, right? Or are you really dating him?
We're friends.
You're friends?
Yes.
Why are you smiling that way?
We're friends.
You're smiling as if that maybe it's beyond friends.
I've been smiling this whole time since I've been
No,
sitting here.
not like that. That was a whole different thing.
I agree with Ellen, that was a whole different thing. If you watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, then you'll learn that Scott was largely uninvolved with Kourtney's pregnancy with Rain. They split when he was around 6 months old, and when you watch the clip of Kourtney telling Scott she's pregnant with Rain, he's definitely not happy. There are a lot of possible responses to "I'm pregnant," but Scott definitely made a choice there. According to one source, even though it was reported that they were hanging out so much later than when Rain was born, they still could have been hanging out then, but it just wasn't public. If you look at pictures of Kourtney's kids side by side, Rain stands out. And supposedly, this was something that Scott noticed too, and it was something that bothered him enough that in 2017, it's rumored that he asked Kourt for a paternity test. And even though that would have meant great ratings for the show and a whole excellent storyline, Kourtney absolutely refused to get a paternity test done. According to that TikToker, Scott's suspicions really grew around the time that Rain turned 3. And that's suspicious, because if you knew for sure that your kid belonged to your ex-husband, what reason could you have for not doing a paternity test? Unless maybe you didn't know for sure that the child belonged to your ex-husband. Allegedly, this isn't the only time that Disick asked for a paternity test. In 2013, when she had Mason, there were rumors swirling that Kourtney had been cheating on Scott with a model, and that's who Mason's dad was. She actually went through with a paternity test for Mason, so it's more than a little suspicious that she didn't do one with Reign. Sources say that the whole thing is getting to Scott, and that he knows that Mason and Penelope look like him, but he thinks Reign looks like Bieber. And I can't disagree with that assessment. The source also says that Scott and Kourtney would have huge fights and disagreements where they wouldn't talk to each other or even see each other for weeks on end, and that she'd go out of her way to get revenge on Scott by partying with other guys and hanging out with her guy friends. Justin has been an institution in the Kardashian family from a young age. When Justin was just 16 years old, Kim Kardashian did an interview in which she disclosed she wanted to try to hook him up with Kendall, who was 14 at the time.
I first met Justin Bieber at the White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington, D.C. I think actually before that I had said in an interview that I wanted to set him up with my sister, Kendall, who's 14, and then he had responded in an interview saying that no, he didn't want to be hooked up with my sister, he liked me, or something just silly like that. It was a joke.
And it's through that correspondence that Justin started becoming friends with the family. People speculate that he's been with all of the sisters, and maybe even Kris. But most of the evidence supports that he had some sort of relationship with both Kourtney and Kendall. And according to reports, it wasn't very long between one fling and the next. There's this one video that's made its rounds where he's talking to the girl taking the video, who is never shown on camera, and he's telling her that she's turning him on.
You turned on right now?
Are you?
Yeah, I'm turned on.
How come?
Because you're sitting right there with me.
Oh. Ditto.
Allegedly, the girl is Kendall. Her ditto response and playful, flirty replies indicate that they had some chemistry and banter, which is kinda cute. But the whole thing is weird when you consider that Bieber was also linked to Kendall's sister, Kylie. It's been rumored for a while that Justin and Kylie had a relationship that they kept secret for a bit during April 2014. Neither of the stars has come out and publicly said that they dated, though. But it doesn't stop there. Check out this Father's Day post he made tagging the sisters. It's of him snuggling up behind momager Kris Jenner, and it's captioned, "Who's your daddy?" But the sister that a lot of people think he had a pretty in-depth relationship with is Kourtney. That feels out of place because there's a sizable age gap between them, and since she's known him since he was a teenager, it's giving grooming vibes. Bieber and Kourtney were first seen together at The Nice Guy, which is a Hollywood restaurant, in October 2015, and that's when the dating rumors started. They didn't come together, but they left together in the same car, Bieber's car to be precise, and that definitely made it look like a date. And then they went to Hollywood Horror Nights together, and Bieber posted a picture with Kourtney on his Instagram. A witness says Justin was walking with his arm around Kourt and that he made jokes picking on her for being scared at the spooky event. And then in December, pretty much 2 months after their first public outing, they were spotted out once again at The Nice Guy. Witnesses reported that they were nearly inseparable each of the several times they were spotted out together. It was such a public thing that in one interview, he was asked about it and he said, "I'm being used, man, what can I say?" When the interviewer pressed him further about the relationship and if there was anything there, he said, "Nah, we'll leave it at that." And if you know anything about the Kardashians and how they love to create drama in their own narratives, it makes sense. They've been known to seek out guys to date who are rich and famous to get their names in the headlines. And to their credit, it works for them, so good for them, I guess. But I could see how if that's what happened, it could make him feel used. Justin even got close with Kourtney's kids. This picture depicts some wholesome pool party fun with Justin and Mason Disick, Scott's son. And the Biebs is quoted to have said that he wanted kids pretty early in life. Well, by 25 or 26, I want to see myself like married or start looking for a family. I want to be a young dad. Did you catch that looking for a family bit? Because maybe he did, and maybe he found that with Kourtney. And there's definitely something that went on between the two of them because Justin Bieber's wife, Hailey, has set some marriage rules in stone, and one of them is that he's not allowed to be in contact with Kourtney. How do we know this? Well, an article called 8 Strict Rules Justin and Hailey Bieber Make Each Other Follow to Maintain a Strong Marriage listed it among one of their rules. Hailey said that rule when they got engaged in 2018. They started dating the first time in 2016, just a little after it was rumored that he'd been dating Kourtney. Think about that for a second. Hailey doesn't specify any of the other Kar Jenner sisters, just Kourtney. And he's been linked to most of them, if not all of them, and maybe even their mom. So it makes it pretty significant that she singles out Kourtney. And sources say that Hailey had very good reason to feel threatened by Kourtney. In 2018, when Justin and Hailey got engaged, Kourtney had recently become single, and one source said that Kourtney would pursue Justin again in a heartbeat. But that gets even deeper when you throw into the mix that Kourtney may already have a kid with Justin. Here's what's being said on the internet about this situation. Unpopular opinion, Justin Bieber was groomed by every adult around him. I wonder what'll happen when the kid is older and he starts wondering who his dad really is. It's not like Kourtney can prevent him from doing an ancestry test on himself, can she? Kourtney said, "I'll give Rain a DNA test when Chris gives Chloe one, LOL." And her refusing to take the DNA test says it all. Anyway, this may be nothing more than just a conspiracy theory, but there's enough evidence and merit to it that we thought we'd bring it to you guys' attention. Now, I want to know what you think. Does Rain look like Justin Bieber? Do you think there's really a secret Bieber baby in the Kardashian family? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you later.